Hi, so I'm going to guide you through a curl-up combination today. When we're working on curl-ups, we're really focusing on the connection between the rib cage and the hips, and you're just trying to shorten that distance. We're trying not to put any strain into the lower backs. Your neck and shoulders should be nice and relaxed all the way through, and it really doesn't matter if you don't come up very high. So it's really about a very small movement from a deep intensity. Now, I like placing my legs at a 90-degree angle. I find this gives the correct position to be able to help release any tension into the hip flexors, and it gives you a nice alignment through the legs. So I'm going to lie down, and you can either do this on a chair or you can have your feet up against a wall, whichever is easier for you. And you're just trying to create about a 90-degree angle here. We're going to be nice and relaxed into the back. So you're going to focus on this connection, rib cage to hips. I'm going to take my hands behind the head, and you want about a 5% pressure of the head pushing back into the hands and the hands pushing back into the head. That way we're trying to take any tension out of the neck in the process. So we're just going to do 10 plain curl-ups forward. First thing we do is we look towards the knees, and then as you curl up, the distance between the rib cage and the hips shortens, and then we lower back down. Your elbows are in your peripheral vision, so they're not too far out and not too far in. You breathe out as you curl up. You look to the knees and then curl up. And then we lower back down. And all we're doing is focusing on that connection through the front here and lowering it back down. Use the pressure gently of the head pushing back into the hands, and that should take any tension out of the neck. Look towards the knees, curl up, and the eye line comes about thigh height here, and then lowering it back down. Eye line to knees, curling up, and then lowering it back down. Eye line to knees, curl up, and then lower back down. Eye line to knees, curl up, and lower back down. Let's go for two more. Eye line to knees, curling up, and lower. Eye line to knees, so the shoulder blades are still in contact with the floor all the way through. This time, as you curl up, you're going to reach just past your opposite knee. Still think of it as a forward curl up rather than a really big twist, and we're going to go from side to side, alternating 10 times. So we reach and curl, and back down. Eye line towards the middle thigh, and back down. Allowing the neck to be in the same line as the thoracic spine, so we're not overdrawing the chin in, we're just creating a nice curve and gentle movement. Rib cage towards the hips, and the obliques are just coming into play a little bit as we curl up and lower back down. We've got 4 left. Squeeze and down. 3, 2, and the last one. Good. Now we're going to curl up and hold for 5 seconds. So again, gentle pressure, head into hands, hands into head, eye line towards the knees, and then curl up and hold. 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Elbows in peripheral vision, eye line to knees, curling up and hold. 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Now my hips aren't taking any pressure. My legs have nicely released here, so there's no work going on here. My bum is nice and relaxed, so this is all squidgy. All the work is going on this shortening of the distance between the rib cage and the hips. My hands are gently supporting my head, and we're holding it, and then we release back down. And we draw the eye line to the knees, curl up, and we just hold it. We're trying to keep this connection going on in the front of the body here. Neck is nicely relaxed, no work going on there. Holding it there for a little longer, and we lower back down. Let's go for one more repetition. Eye line to the knees, curl up and hold. 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Good. Now your hands are coming down to your side. If the neck starts taking over, take the hands behind the head. But you're going to look towards the knees. We're going to curl up. Now we're going to reach from side to side. So you're just feeling this shortening between the rib cage and the hips. And we're going 20 times. We'll reach. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Center and back down. Just release the head side to side, making sure that it hasn't taken any pressure. Now your hands are going to be together. We're going for one curl up forward, one to the side, one to the side, one forward, and then come back down. So we reach forward, side, side, forward and release. Now starting the opposite way. Forward, side, eye line towards the thighs, and forward and release. One more time. Forward, side, side, forward and release. Now we're going to curl up and you're going to pulse the arms 20 times. We're just trying to challenge that stability through the abdominals all the way through. So eye line towards the knees, curling up, find that stability and pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 and release. Just allowing the head to drop side to side, making sure there's no tension in the neck. So we're going to do the whole thing. So we should feel the rib cage just nicely warming up here. Taking the hands behind the head. That 5% pressure, head into hands, hands into heads, elbow in the peripheral vision. Eye line to the knees and then we curl up. And lower back down. Allowing that back to flatten into the floor. And then return back down. Unless you can keep that neutral alignment, then great, but we're making sure that the back is not taking any pressure. Eye line to the knees first, place that neck into alignment before you then curl up. And it's a scooping up and underneath sensation of the abdominals scooping underneath the rib cage. Lower back down. Eye line to knees, curling up and back down. 2 more. Eye line to knees, squeeze and back down. Last one, eye line to knees, curling up and lower back down. Reaching opposite knee to elbow, hand to knee on each rotation 10 times. So we're going to switch legs. Reach and back down. Think of that forward curl. Reach and back down. The stomach muscles are going up and underneath the rib cage. Try not to let them pop up. If you start seeing any doming, stop. We don't want any curving, unnecessary curving. You're trying to flatten those stomach muscles into the spine as much as you possibly can on each repetition. The breath will help. We've got 3 left. Reaching forward and back down. 2. Last one. And back down. Curling up, holding for 5 seconds. And curl. 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. My neck isn't taking any tension. I am purely focusing on the rib cage to the hips. That 5% pressure, head into the hands. And release. Eye line to knees, curl up, finding that connection. Scoop, 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 scoop. Up and underneath the rib cage. And lower back down. Last one. Eye line to knees, curl up and hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Hands down by your side. Small little curl up. Reaching side to side 20 times. Reach. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Allow the head to just release side to side, making sure there's no tension. Both hands together, forward, side, side, forward. Forward, side, side, forward. Again, starting the other way. Forward, side, side, forward. Again, forward, side, side, forward. Really keeping that eye line towards the thighs, tummy muscles scooping underneath. Then we've got your 20 pulses with your arms to finish. Just making sure the neck's okay. Eye line to knees, curl up and pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Good. Just take the arms over the top of the head, stretch through the body, and you're done.